give a shit. Nah, all this bitch, all they want for you to give a dick. $2, not giving.
Welcome back to Team Fat Kid Choose Fat. This is the Partycast Thursday. I'm Jason.
There you go. I'm Alex.
I am Dennis. I'm Deli.
And we got Biggie coming on from
Deli Fresh Threads. You know it's the Partycast now.
It's gonna be a Partycast.
We're like 2 minutes in, not even, and it's already, we're not even a minute in. It's already like, yes, this is gonna be fun.
We're gonna have the whole podcast talking about sandwiches.
So yes,
we have. You guys ready? We're about to bring Biggie in right now.
Deli Fresh Threads.
Deli Fresh Threads.
Just to clarify.
Yeah,
yes,
we're about to bring Biggie in here in just 2 seconds. All right, guys, we got Biggie online from Deli Fresh Threads. Biggie, how you been, man?
We're doing good, man. Doing good. I'm in the epicenter of coronavirus here in Florida.
So you're down in Orlando, and this is actually like our very first like conversation outside of social media. Like we've been communicating over Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We've been doing all that thing, but this is like the very first time that we've had an actual conversation. So, have you ever done a podcast interview before?
I have done a few podcast interviews. I enjoy them quite a bit. I love the fact that you can do it via Zoom and you can do it all through so many different options. So I think it's awesome. I love any opportunity to do a podcast and be able to talk, sandwiches or about anything with folks. So I think it's always a great one. You guys do a hell of a job on yours. Especially consistently, been doing it for like what do you have, over 150 something?
Yeah, like
we're getting there.
I don't know stats. He doesn't have his earphones in.
Stats. What episode are we on? Season 3.
Season 3, episode 18.
So 118 episodes. So you're 118.
You're getting it. Nice.
All right, so we're just gonna jump right into a little bit about you because I mean honestly. People who listen to our podcast know everything about us. We don't hide anything. Let's talk about Deli Fresh Threads and like how'd that come about, man.
So I have a corporate job, and I kind of I guess not to make it so long. The basic gist is when I was in college, I had a design. I like T-shirts, and I went to a school where at the time no one knew who the hell we were. I went to the University of Central Florida, or UCF, and at the time, no one knew anything about us. And I had this T-shirt idea. At the time, NWO wrestling was really big, and I wanted to do one that said UCF. And I went to like 5 different places, and I said, "Dude, I got this idea. All I want is for you to make that when you make the shirt, I want you to give me 5 of them for my friends to wear, and that's all. That's it." And I even had the design done, and no one wanted it. So one of my roommates was like, "Dude, why don't you just start your own company?" And so I started with my friends. Like before anything, when I was in college, I started a small clothing brand just for UCF, and I was way ahead of itself. It was like instead of going perfect the way we went perfect a few years ago, winning, we were going perfect the other way. We were losing every game. So it was one of those where I did that, and because when your team is shitty, no one buys. So I ended up having to close up shop. And then fast forward, life, marriage, all that stuff. I kept telling my wife, I was like, I'm in a corporate job. I'm like, I like it, but I don't love it. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm dying inside. Like the creativity in me is dying inside. And so she's like, well, what would make you happy? And I said, well, sandwiches make me happy. But I also I didn't want to bankrupt. I know how a restaurant is. And I was like, I don't freaking want to do a restaurant. I was like, how can I do this and at the same time do my passion? And so then I was like, well, shit, I love doing T-shirts. Why not do a clothing brand inspired by my love of a T-shirt brand inspired by my love of sandwiches? And so I basically kind of brainstormed for a little while, and then I just started just talking as much as I could about sandwiches, and then I created Deli Fresh Threads in January of 2013.
So I know we have a lot of questions, but I'm going to sidetrack for just a moment since you brought up some interesting points. You started a business in high school or college?
In college.
And it failed, right? I don't mean to be rude.
No, it totally failed.
But I want to bring that up because a lot of people that may be listening, especially about podcasts, may be thinking about starting a business. And from our end as well, I want to say that we have put a lot of money into our business, and as of yet, I'd say currently we're negative.
Oh, fuck yeah.
For sure. I mean, like, you put a lot in before you see a return, and that's not just money, that's time, effort, and And like you obviously run an online business, and a lot of people would think like, oh, that's the easiest thing in the world. Like, it's not as simple as it seems, and you really do have to put in that time and effort and that money to get into it. And how long did it take before you think you would say you were successful? Like, how long
with Deli Fresh threads?
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, to be honest, I still don't feel like I'm successful. I've been doing this for 7 years. I've come to the conclusion of a few things. You don't go into clothing brands to make money in order to become like a millionaire. I did it because it's a passion of mine. Do I want to be the next big clothing brand? Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to tour around the cities, eat sandwiches, and sell shirts for different cities. Like, that's dream scenario. But realistically, I also know that like it just doesn't work that way. I tell people, I'm like, if you want to make money, if you're doing it to make money, then this isn't the business to be in unless you're your own screen printer or your own designer. And then you're doing, it's all about, it's a marathon. None of this is a sprint. And so for me, that's really the biggest thing. Like, I'm starting to make money now, obviously, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I totally had, you have a certain level of like fear, right? When you start doing things, you don't want to fail. You don't want to, like, in my case, like I have a family, I have a house, I have a mortgage. I was like, I don't want to put my life in jeopardy, my family's finances in jeopardy. So like, I did some things more methodically instead of just going, fuck it, and just putting it all in like I want to sometimes. I'm getting there more just because of the fact that I got nothing else to lose, it's like, but yeah, it's definitely a long journey. But the one thing no one can ever take away from me or for anyone who starts something is you at least are, like I tell people, I went off like on a whole thing about people sitting on a couch and how the ones sitting on a couch or behind a computer are the shit talkers. They're the ones there talking, but then they're not the ones doing anything. It's always a lot easier to talk crap when you're not doing anything. But when you're actually doing it and you're actually trying, it's those people that they're just too chicken shit to do anything to actually do it. And so for me, like, I give myself credit in the sense that whenever I think I'm like, man, I should be bigger, I should be doing more, I think about it, I'm like, well, crap, man, I came up with a crazy idea and I decided to do it.
Speaking of being like Nike, how do you come up with your t-shirt designs? Like, what I know we've actually watched some of your videos.
Yeah,
like
I know a lot of them. You doodle on a napkin and it just becomes like a t-shirt idea. Like,
are all of them random? Do they like what? I know you visit places or you have ideas about like what draws your inspiration.
Yeah, what I guess for me, what draws it is really I love I try to think about, like, depending on the sandwich, I try to think of like how I would want to handle it. If there's a certain sandwich that I want to do, or what kind of theme would I want to go with it? Like I have one series where there's sports and cities. I call it like Sandwich City. So like a Cuban sandwich looks like the Dolphins, or Fluffernutter looks like Red Sox, and things like that. And so like there's certain ones that just kind of fit right. And then I also have other things where I basically, a lot of times it would be when I do travel, I start thinking of ideas. Like I just I did one called Bigfoot subs, and that was because
we watched Bigfoot like behind the sandwich. We'll get into that, but we watched
and a lot of it was because I wanted to. That inspired me when you go to those places. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things that inspire you when you go. As soon as you go, like sometimes when you leave, like you're outside of your regular territory, you start becoming more creative. That and my mind just thinks sandwiches. Like I make everything into a sandwich.
Also with the pastrami and rye. Like, I like that design on that T-shirt too. Like, I'm looking at your website right now.
It made sense, right? It makes sense because they have like the NYC, the Dallas rye. I mean, it just makes sense.
Like we could see where you were going with it, and it just makes perfect. I can never remember the pattern. Like, we were talking about it last week. Argyle with the slices of bread. Slices. Like that is my favorite design.
He kept saying checkerboard. He could not remember Argyle to save his life. It was checkerboard.
I was wearing an Argyle sweater, and I looked myself in the mirror, and as soon as I looked myself in the mirror, I go, holy shit, I see bread slices. And then I started doodling it, and that's how it basically came out. Like that was like one of the first things I thought of.
All right, so
while we're talking about the bread slices, we want to talk about Biggie Bread. Biggie Bread.
Yes.
The Biggie Bread. So, like, he's like your mascot?
He is my mascot. Yeah, he
is
is me
he,
as bread.
is he around?
He is your spirit animal.
Is he around? Is he around right now? Did you bring Biggie Bread?
I could bring Biggie Bread.
Yeah, like because I don't know if everyone knows Biggie Bread. Biggie Bread.
They can't see Biggie Bread.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
we
are going to see Biggie Bread.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
So Biggie
Yes.
Bread. So one of these are one of those like crazy ideas that you come up with that you're like, like, man, I really should do something. I'm like, this would be kind of cool as a puppet. And so I actually made Biggie Bread. I found a guy who makes puppets, and he actually made my puppet of Biggie Bread. And he literally has hands.
Oh,
I'm definitely no puppeteer. I'm no puppeteer, but the cool thing is the guy even made me gloves to look like his. So like if I wanted to, I actually can like videotape. Like if I have yet to make it because I'm afraid I'm going to dirty the gloves. But this is Biggie Bread. What's going on, guys?
It's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Which my wife does not really enjoy because she says it kind of sounds like Cartman a little. And so sometimes
I can see it a little. I can see it a little.
Yeah, there's a little Cartman, but somehow that's the voice that I go with. I don't know what it is, but he automatically goes that route. So yeah, he's one of these like crazy ideas that I was like, well, fuck it, I might as well make him into something.
So he is like the sandwich version of you.
Correct. He is a version of me. Whenever I doodled anything Deli Fresh breads, I always ended up drawing a bread slice, and I would draw like little eyes and a mouth and all that stuff, and I would just put me as bread, and then it just kind of took off that way.
Okay, so we know about Biggie, we know about Biggie Bread, but you have a very iconic packaging that you like when someone orders your apparel. It comes in a brown paper bag, like you bought it at a New York deli. Like, let's talk about that for a second. Like, how that idea came about.
So I studied marketing, so that was like one of my big things. I studied marketing, so before I even started, like when you asked the question about like, hey, in the beginning, like what did you do? Like, I didn't jump right in. Like, I didn't even have products, and I was already on social just sharing stuff. And I kind of one of the things that I knew I wanted to do was I wanted all my shirts to be wrapped like a sandwich. But I wanted them to be wrapped like a sandwich, like the sandwich that they depict. So like a Cuban's wrapped exactly like a Cuban sandwich.
Oh, so you're actually wrapping the shirts?
Yeah, look.
Because I saw.
It's bad for podcast.
Holy.
So like a Cuban is wrapped like a Cuban.
Oh.
And then you got like, so you got like stubs. Like this is a po' boy. Is wrapped like a po' boy. So I got everything like a sandwich.
Oh, so
and then a traditional sandwich is folded just like you would like a traditional. So everything you get when you open a bag from me, like you're getting full on, like you think you're getting a sandwich. Like it has deli note. I write it. It's basically a mixture of like your mom making you a packed sandwich and your favorite deli, like a mixture. And so like basically when you open it up, it's an experience. Like there's a napkin. There's like a snack bag. There's a snack bag with like a pin and like sticker, and then your shirts are all wrapped just like a sandwich. So like when you pick it up, it's almost like if you see my picture of my Biggie Bread, he's holding a brown paper bag.
Yeah.
Like I'm mimicking that. It's basically you open up a box and that's what you're pulling up.
That's an experience.
Yeah,
that's more than just a shirt. That's an experience.
You're bringing the apparel and your love for sandwiches together, like that is
correct.
That's great packaging.
And also you have
I'm all in, dude.
Stickers.
I'm literally. What was that? Yeah, I got a lot of stickers.
Which I mean, we enjoy stickers.
But okay, so
I'll send you guys some.
We would love some, and we would prominently post them on our podcast refrigerator. Deli, if you can spin your camera around.
I got a fridge. I got a magnet for you too.
So that's our refrigerator.
Oh yeah.
And freezer.
Refrigerators.
We have plenty. But the sandwich super spreader plus.
Yeah.
That's in my cart right now. That's coming home. I need that in my life because. How did you come up with that? Is there you just got tired of your knuckles hitting the edge of the bowl? Like, what was going on?
No, what it was is I started thinking about what are things a sandwich shop or a sandwich apparel company, if we were a sandwich company or a sandwich shop, what would it be something that you would actually buy or consider that would mix? Like, I never want to make anything that just is just random. And so for me, like, the sandwich spreader was like, it just made sense, you know? And it actually is freaking legit, dude. Like, it has that curve where it goes and grabs.
Yeah,
it does a really nice job for it.
It's on our screen right
yeah,
now.
like we're like hold on. Let me
you
like,
can't really
yeah,
see,
like
but
so this is happening.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
That's it.
so like we have all the screens, but we like I'm a big fan of a useful tool. I mean, and that thing, like, just the first time I saw it, like, just the width of it and like the edges that I know, and we're gonna jump into some more. We're gonna bring that back up, like when we start talking about PB&Js, because I know you're a fan of the PB&J, and you got that. I watched your secret, and I've been doing that for years, and I was like, when I decided, like, hey man, we need to have you on the podcast because we have PB&J math down to a science. And there's,
I want to hear, dude, because I am no guru, so I definitely
there's more questions.
Professional, so.
Wait, but we're gonna stick with Deli Fresh Threads right now, and like, if you had to pick one design out of all of them, which one would you say is your favorite T-shirt? If you had to pick one out of all of them,
is this one that I'm wearing, or is this one that's like the most popular one I sell?
Your favorite.
It's your opinion.
So my favorite right now, even though I don't wear it as much as I should, is this one, which is called Notorious.
Oh, Biggie Bread Notorious.
And the reason for
Notorious B.I.G.
Correct. And so the crown is, if you notice, the crown is very similar, and he's wearing a necklace that says King of Meals, and I actually designed it because I wanted it as a tattoo, because I wanted something
you should definitely do that. You should definitely do that.
And so my wife and I had, I like that. My wife and I have been battling for it, and so I was like, well, I'm like, until I break her down, I'm basically going to have to go this route. I'm going to make it into a shirt. But this is like one of my favorites because it's like a brainchild of mine. But the most popular shirt would definitely be the Cuban. Like the Cuban sandwich is by far the most popular. Just because when people see it, it's like they go nuts. They're like, holy cow! Same thing with like the pastrami, but it's not even close to what the Cuban sells.
Before we get too far, I just want to wish you best of luck in winning the argument with your wife.
I'm gonna get a Biggie Bread tattoo. It may not be this one, or I'll be getting one.
Okay, wait, again, best of luck to you, sir. Yes.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna jump into something that happened recently on your social media. You were at the ice cream social. Like I don't really understand what that is. But the ice cream sandwich that you had made looked fantastic. So if you can just give us a little bit about the ice cream social, what it is, how you got invited, and then you decided, like, you know what, I'm Biggie, I'm making an ice cream sandwich. Go.
So ironically, this guy, his name is Mojo's Work. His name is Scotty, but he goes by Mojo's Work, and he's been following me for a while. He actually made me a picture of a sandwich versus a taco, saying sandwiches are greater than tacos. So like, I've known him for years, and I guess during quarantine, he just wanted to do something different, and he loves ice cream, so he was like, hey, I'm going to grab a bunch of artists and a bunch of people, and I'm going to create almost like an art gallery type thing, but like a virtual art gallery. And what he does is he's basically doing it where every week he releases, like the whole month of July, every week he's releasing three different designs with Q&A. And he asked me, and I was like, dude, I'm not a designer. I'm not like crafty. I'm not anything. I just make sandwiches and eat them. I'm like, and so he was like, no, I don't care. He's like, I want to include you. He's like, what about if you make a sandwich, just make me an ice cream sandwich? And I said, okay. And so then I said, well, what's the best ice cream sandwich that I can think of? There's this place here in Orlando, which is actually, if you Google them, they're pretty popular in the state, and a lot of different places have like named them as like one of the best cookies. It's called Gideon's Bake Shop, and their cookies are about a half a pound each.
Wow!
It takes them 16 hours to make each cookie. I mean, it's freaking massive. So I always joke around because across the street from there is my favorite ice cream shop called Kelly's Homemade Ice Cream. And I told them, I said, the day that I'm going to die, where I'm going to like die of caloric intake or diabetes or something, I'm like, I'm going to just grab both of these things, make an ice cream sandwich out of it, and I'm just going to eat it.
I'm going to stand in the middle of the street.
We can make that drive in 14 hours.
And so that's what I did. I ended up making that
there.
ice cream sandwich.
Holy shit.
We can make that drive.
Okay,
Are you
so
seeing it?
yeah. We're
They've got
hold
it.
on.
Yes.
Here, let me.
Yeah, we're looking at it right now.
Yeah, that's them, dude. They actually just made a deal, and they're going to be at Disney Springs now. So like they made it big time. But yeah,
Half-pound cookies. Yes,
Half
please.
pound. Each one's half a pound. Like when we eat it, I usually make it so I could eat a full cookie, but I usually will cut it in quarters and freeze it. Since obviously you can freeze a cookie, and so I usually will quarter it and I eat them in quarters, just because they're so massive.
Alex is gonna eat that in one sitting.
With
six cookies.
I'm gonna eat
per
the sandwich.
person.
He's actually gonna make like the
ice
full
cream
pound sandwich
yes.
and just go at it.
Speaking of dessert sandwiches in particular, back in May you did chocolate chip day, and I want to know your opinion. Do you feel like ice cream sandwiches count as a sandwich?
Yeah, this is where the hard questions start coming in because we're gonna start firing a lot at you.
Yeah, so this is when so this becomes a very interesting topic for me. Yeah, I do consider it. I do consider it a sandwich. A chipwich, all those are considered to me a sandwich. The fact that you can actually put them together, mostly because that's what I usually do since I make everything into a sandwich. Like I freaking eat my cupcake like a sandwich. I take the bottom off the cupcake, put it on top,
yeah, you're doing
eat it like a sandwich. I mean, so I make everything into a sandwich.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're a sandwich nerd.
Somewhat.
So you know of like the premise and the history of the Earl of Sandwich and like how it became a thing. Which Alex's real name is Earl,
and I don't know the Earl of Sandwich.
Today was the first day. He was like Earl of Sandwich, and I was like, yeah, dude, this is a real thing. So now knowing the history.
Dooley's missing his cue.
Yeah, Dooley was supposed to pull up.
I'm still looking at your cookies and cakes and everything for the thing.
Wikipedia fucking Earl of Sandwich, sir. But what we're going to ask you is, do you think a taco qualifies as a sandwich? No?
No.
Oh, you were quick. You were very quick.
A torta, that's because I've heard this. A torta is a Mexican sandwich.
Okay, and like, so burritos and wraps.
No, I don't consider a wrap or a burrito a sandwich.
So if you had a deli and you were in a strip mall and you're selling sandwiches and the landowner said you cannot, like you were like in your agreement there will be no other sandwich maker in this development, and then they opened up a burrito shop right next door to you, you would be okay?
I know there was a law that happened with Chipotle in New York.
Yeah, we know the same thing. I just want your opinion.
Yeah, yeah. I really don't have a problem with it because the thing about like I'm biased. Like there's so many options with a freaking sandwich. You can have it cold. You can have it hot. You can have it in so many different ways. The bread is different. It's not a one-trick pony where I'm just a tortilla. You know, so because of that, I'm like, I don't care. Dude, that's great. Bring some chips once in a while to my deli, is what I would tell them. But yeah, I do know wraps, and you know, obviously I'm trying to eat healthier as well. But yeah, no, I don't consider a wrap to do it. Do you know that it was wasn't it a baseball coach, Bobby Valentine, is supposedly the one who is considered the one who created the wrap, supposedly.
Oh, okay.
He was like I read something about that. Many years ago.
Earl of Sandwich Wikipedia, dude, not the actual restaurant.
Oh,
the actual person, Earl of Sandwich.
While Dooley's trying to look some shit up,
because I wanted to go back, like to if you want to do it, like
I mean,
like on Twitter,
there's an open face sandwich
you
debate.
came out with the debate on the like this was recent, like what, in the last 3 days.
Yeah, last week, a few weeks ago.
And you brought out the trenchers, and I know all about the trenchers. It's like yesterday's bread. It's like you're throwing meat and stuff on it, and and then you questioned whether or not the open-faced sandwich was a sandwich.
No, it's a wannabe sandwich. Where's the top bread at?
Right,
Can you
exactly.
eat it with one hand? Can you eat it? Can you actually eat it? Because I look at open-faced sandwiches. Whenever I go to, like, I've been to restaurants and they're like, we have an open-faced sandwich. I say, oh, yeah? How do you eat it? Can you eat it with your hand? No, you have to use a fork and knife. No, that's just a piece of bread on the side that you just put on the box.
All right, so Dooley, can you pull the definition of sandwich real fast and give us, or Dennis, give us a rundown?
What?
Well, once you close, like, damn, dude, like you were on Wikipedia.
What? I mean,
It was there, like
literally just switch pages.
yeah,
You were on the
and
definition
you were
of
there.
sandwich.
It literally said sandwich.
That was Earl's sandwich.
But no, you went to the anyway, whatever.
All right.
So a sandwich is an item of food consisting of 2 pieces of bread with meat, cheese, or other filling between them, eaten as a light meal. So
right.
I think he has an argument with the open-faced sandwich not being a sandwich.
He is 100% correct, but now I'm going to throw him a curve. Because he brought up baseball. Hot dogs.
Yeah, I knew you were going to come with
Yeah.
it's like the most. So here's the thing. I am like, I'll be honest with you. I am pretty much like, there's certain things that I'm not. I'm very like PC. I'm very PR in the sense that I'm very like. There's things that I'm not adamant about, but there's certain things that I will like. Like the best way I basically will preface saying, hot dogs, go ahead and enjoy them, but you will never see a Deli Fresh Threads. The only way you'll see a Deli Fresh Threads hot dog shirt is with me saying a hot dog is not a sandwich.
Whoa!
Or a sandwich
So
is
you're
beating the
saying
crap out of it.
you're saying right now a hot dog is not a sandwich?
To me, a hot dog is not a sandwich. And then I will come back when everyone comes at me on Twitter, I then lead them all back. I lead them all back to because I became friends with the president of the Hot Dog and Sausage Council. His Twitter name is Meat VP. Go ahead at him. And he will tell you the same thing. A hot dog is not a sandwich. If a hot dog is by itself a hot dog. If you you want a hot dog sandwich, get a bologna sandwich. That's a hot dog sandwich.
All right, I'm gonna curve off our questions here real quick because now that we're on the topic of this, first off, we're gonna run out of time, so I'm gonna try and make this quick, and we're gonna send you a new link.
We're gonna send you on a pause break.
Fine.
But
That's fine.
before we send you that new link, what's your definition of like a burger? Because we've had this debate on this podcast before. Like, does a turkey burger count as a burger? Bum bum bum.
I think what happens is anything that they put on a hamburger bun, they want to call it a burger. They want to call it a burger. Like, I don't think so. Just so we can preface, since this will be a question. To me, a burger is not a sandwich either. That is why the patty melt is the love child between a burger and a sandwich.
I'm liking. You know what? This is a great debate, but I'm liking where you're going here.
Also, if you look at a menu, especially you guys with the menu,
burgers and sandwiches.
That burgers and sandwiches are separate. They are not the same. They're all handheld friends. They're cousins, is what I call stuff.
All right. Well, we're gonna disconnect.
Yeah, we're gonna hit a pause real fast. I'm gonna send you a new link right now, and then we're gonna restart. Okay.
3.
Okay.
I've never started a Zoom, so you asking me for help? Like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
I've never set up a Zoom in my
I've
life.
never set up a Zoom.
I've been on Zooms.
They don't do shit.
Are you? Is it the one at?
It should say start at the top.
Is it the one at 6 p.m.?
Yeah, but it should just.
Start.
26 minutes away.
Probably there.
Did you have to set up 2 different ones, or did he get cut off? What happened?
No.
Is that the 6 p.m. one?
I was
It
shoving
just.
my face.
It started 2 at 6 p.m. I don't
Yeah,
know
he's
why.
there. There he is.
Julie, are you still?
I didn't click it yet.
Well, click it so I can get this started. We can get going.
What are you doing? Just put it down.
Well, I'm trying to get Julie to join. For
Sorry,
me.
Biggie, I had to pee.
That's what I did. I got a refill, so it worked out well. Hey, dude, the truck looks amazing.
Thank you. We are you ready, Dooley?
Yeah.
We did a lot of time working with that with like our time on the show. Just hit play whenever.
It's already ready.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So
hit
yeah,
play.
so we used a little bit of our knowledge from the show because like when we were on the Great Food Truck Race, one of the stipulations of us being there was that you could have never worked on a food truck in your life. And like we all have culinary experience in restaurants and banquet facilities and things like that. But yeah, a food truck, a mobile kitchen was brand new to us. So like we took our knowledge of what we learned from the show and we came home, and then when we started to design the truck, we looked at like what, like, you know, like all things, like what do we want to cook, you know, all the sandwiches, because like we're big sandwich people, and like, you know, what vehicles do we need to accomplish like all these preparations. And so we basically, like, I'm not gonna lie, like I went to work and I measured how long the line was and the equipment that was there, and then so we need a truck this big. Like, and so like we have all the equipment. We have a charbroil, we have a flat top, we have 2 fryers, we have a steam table, and like it's, you know, our vision creating something like how you do, and like that package.
Is there going to be a sandwich called the Deli?
Oh, there might be a sandwich called the Biggie while you're bullshitting.
Down with that. Just don't make it a hot dog sandwich. I have a friend of mine who, a buddy of mine who, he owns a sandwich shop. He's like a sandwich shop / tattoo artist. And he and I were going back and forth about hot dogs. And so he's like, hey, he goes, will you eat this hot dog sandwich I made? And I said, how are you going to make it? He's like, I'm going to split it, because I have made it that way. Obviously, when you split the hot dog flat, put it on the cast iron, and then eat it like, you know, because you have no hot dog bun, so you eat it on bread. And so he called it the double dog there, is what he called it. And he bakes it almost like a club sandwich, but it's just hot dog, you know, with bread and everything in the middle, and slaw and all this other stuff to it.
So if we're going to name a sandwich the Biggie, obviously you don't want it to be a hot dog. What's your favorite?
No hot dog.
What's your favorite sandwich?
If we were gonna name a sandwich the Biggie,
so I have so my favorite sandwich that I've had, that I just think it's, so I'm a big fan of all-in-one. I call them all, like, full meal sandwiches is what I call them. So this sandwich, I used to get it from a food truck actually. He doesn't make it.
Oh, where'd he go? Crap.
Duly pause.
We'll be right back.
So this sandwich, it was made out by a food truck, and it was a full meal sandwich. And the reason it's a full meal sandwich is because it has the sides in the sandwich. So this sandwich was a steak and chicken. It was called the Chimu, is what it was called. And it was steak and chicken. It had an Asian slaw with mango barbecue sauce. Then it had sweet potato fries on top. And then he particularly used a Puerto Rican bread called bang solao, which is like a Spanish sweet bread. So it was like sweet, but it was in a roll. And so it was like a hoagie basically, but everything was in it all on top. So that's always what I tell people my favorite sandwich. One, because I'm friends with a lot of sandwich shops, and it helps to keep, like, you know, I have no favorite child. It just depends on what you're in the mood to eat. But that one, I can pretty much eat any time you tell me. I can, you know, hey, what can I have? Like, to the point where I keep asking him, because he owns a different business. He owns a different food restaurant now, but he doesn't make it. And so I keep asking him to replicate it.
So if I was going to dumb it down, I would say that it is like a brioche roll. Like, to dumb it down for the people at home, you're putting the sweet potato fries in like an Asian slaw. And like, it's almost like a twist on the Permane Brothers. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Permane Brothers sandwich, like with the fries and the slaw and everything. It's a twist. Yep. So like the whole meal sandwich.
Let's face it, Jason. You were turned off at brioche.
I was, but I mean, I don't like the sweet bread. I don't like the sweet bread of brioche. I think, like, you know, if I wanted to eat a donut, I would just eat a donut. But that's my opinion. Like, don't get me started on ketchup.
Speaking of donuts, did you see my picture that I did of the ice cream donut sandwich?
The ice cream
donut sandwich.
Oh yes, I have seen the picture, and don't get me wrong. Like now, that's a sweet thing, and I think like that all belongs together. I don't know how I feel about like the glazed donut burger. I don't know where you're at with that.
So I will tell you this. So I'm not down for that, but I am totally down for forget chicken and waffles. Have you had glazed donut and chicken and donuts? That's freaking ridiculous.
Okay, I could back that up for the
and
concept.
What I do is to make it less like caloric intake, like picture wise, it looks freaking awesome. 2 glazed donuts between chicken tenders or chicken. But in order, I'm also, let's say I'm classy. So what I like to do is I slice the donut and I flip it. So that way the inside of the donut is what you hold on to. The glaze now hits the chicken. And so when you're eating it, your fingers aren't getting sticky, and you're also getting that sweetness of the chicken with it.
All right, so hold on.
All right, so now we're getting the sandwich build math, I love it.
Important random note. If you eat a burger with an L top, do you eat it upright or upside down?
I usually, what happens I notice is when I eat it, if you eat it regular, I usually will flip it.
Yes!
Because what happens is you got all those other layers and the juices. Because what happens is a lot of people, when they eat it, it's great the first bite, but by the time you get to the second bite and you put it down, all the juices of the burger make it. And then by the time you're done, you only have like a thumb full of bread because everything else either falls apart or disintegrates.
Okay, so we did this challenge, and I'm the same way. Like, you pick it up.
He's a burger flipper.
And I'm a burger flipper, much like yourself. But that first bite, the flavor is different from the L top on the bottom and the L top on top. It is very different. And I think initially the L top on top, it changes the game.
It's the better way to go.
It's the better way to go.
I changed his mind on that.
But I understand your philosophy, like where you got like the only piece of bread left at the bottom is like the part that's stuck to your thumb. Like I completely understand.
So I usually will eat it traditional, but if it's a very juicy burger and I'm already seeing that I have structural integrity issues, that's when I go to the flip.
I love it. Like structural integrity issues. Like that's engineering, burger engineering.
We went past food math.
Yeah,
we're
like,
in food engineering. This is college level food.
Yeah. I mean, shit, man. He went to Central Florida. Like, we gotta trust him.
All right, so getting into food math. Jason despises ketchup, but is a massive fan of mayo. What's your thoughts on mayo on sandwiches?
So mayo is the number one condiment on sandwiches.
What mayo?
Mustard.
What mayo?
What?
Is there a specific, like, would you call one out?
I will say, if I had to pick one, I would say Duke.
Yes!
I do like Duke.
Jason's a fan.
I do have Dukes. Like, I actually have 2 things of Dukes right now in my fridge right now because my wife opened one by mistake, and so I got 2 big Dukes, which I was like, oh, that's fine. But usually it's Duke. Sometimes, obviously, like if I go somewhere and I'm like, I eat mayonnaise, I'll get like other brands. But if I had my choice, I usually will go Duke.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a little insight.
No Miracle Whip, by the way.
No, hell no. That is not mayonnaise. So we'll get to that. I like where head's at. So Dukes, they have the yellow top and the blue top, the light, right? So the light actually tastes exactly like the full. So
really?
I recommend Duke's Light.
I can't back this up. I have not tried Duke's Light.
This is coming from a Dukes fan
and a fat kid, which is surprising. He's on the light.
And I'm also from Louisiana, and there's this thing called Blue Plate. And Blue Plate, we can't get it in Virginia, but Blue Plate is like the only thing I would buy other than Dukes. But on the flip side, and Alex had pulled.
I wrote this down. Have you tried any Asian mayos?
What's it?
Yes.
And what are your thoughts? Because Koopy's your like new favorite.
I think it's great. I found out about it because of we'll make like sriracha mayo, but you're talking about like what you're talking about. I learned about that actually from Alex Forashelli. because she always freaking uses it on every freaking food competition. But I've never bought it in my house. I've wanted to because I heard it's awesome. I just never gone and picked one and bought it. Have you guys used it?
We have some in the fridge right now.
I use it a lot. Like, and it comes in like a squeeze bottle, so because I don't buy Dukes in a squeeze bottle. That's sacrilegious because that means I got to get in there and fight. So I need like one of the your spreader plus.
You need a spreader.
But the Koopy, like the way it comes out, it's like the packaging is almost like a neoprene. It feels weird, and like so everything comes out, and then you have separate angles. Like you can turn the top and it comes out in a star form, or you flip the cap and it comes out. It's
really
like you gotta just trust the team, Fat Kid. When we say you bring it home, try it out.
Okay? So I definitely am going to trust you guys. So my question is this: what's the first thing I have it? Do I put it in like a tuna? Do I do like a chicken salad, or am I just doing put it on sandwich?
French fries, man? Like,
okay, it's that good. Okay.
Well, that Jason just loves mayo. Instead of
like
ketchup,
French fries,
that's
cheeseburger, like where you're don't just go dumping it in as an ingredient. It is a condiment, not so much in like.
Since we now know what Jason's favorite thing in the world is as far as it comes to condiments, mayo. What is yours? What is your favorite condiment on a sandwich? And I don't want to limit this to just like a sauce. This could be like a tapenade or something. I don't know.
Yeah. My favorite usually is mayo. I sometimes will go Thousand Island, something to that effect, or like a sriracha mayo, depending on what it is. Like I sometimes will make orange chicken subs, and when I do orange chicken subs, I'll use some sriracha mayo on it. So it just kind of depends on what I'm having on it. You know what I mean? Like, it all depends on the sandwich.
You went orange chicken sub. So, like, what I'm imagining in my head is, like, a lightly fried, like, chicken nug, like, glazed in orange Asian sauce.
So, usually what we'll do is I'll go get, like, if my wife picks up, like, Trader Joe's or whatever. If sometimes they have like awesome orange chicken. I don't know if you've ever had it. Like that's like one of their must buys to get is their orange chicken. Or even if we buy orange chicken anywhere, I always will try to keep a little bit left over, and then I'll use a roll, and I basically make like a banh mi version of it. I'll pickle some vegetables.
Damn.
And then what I do is I'll put like the sriracha mayo with like with the orange chicken. Now if you want to make that my Biggie sandwich, you're more than welcome to. And then Asian slaw on top. Freaking, it is like I don't know why no one makes it. Like no one makes it. I was like, this is too good. Like who the hell is not going to eat an orange chicken sub?
That is crazy. Like I mean, like the way you described it, like banh mi style with like the sweet, and then you got the vinegar from the pickling. It like that. I'm a huge fan of the banh mi. My neighbors are Asian. Like they're Vietnamese. Oh, we're gonna
throw a question at you.
We're gonna hit you.
So
okay, let's go.
It's time for a tough one. You have to get rid of one. No more for the rest of your life. Burgers, fried chicken sandwiches that includes like spicy chicken.
The hot chicken sandwich that I know you're a fan of. I follow you, bro.
So good, dude.
Cheese steaks or the Italian grinder.
I can only get rid of one.
Burger. Only get rid of one. How many do you want to get rid of? I'm really curious.
I'll get rid of the burger. I'll get rid of the burger.
Whoa!
Burgers, hands down, burgers.
I mean, listen, no offense to the burger. The burger is very good, but after a while, it is the same. Isn't it the same consistency? It's ground meat with some topping and bread. You just gave me three different things. One had beef, one had chicken. And they're cooked different ways. No way, dude. Burger goes bye-bye.
Wow.
I feel like I can.
Because I really thought
we could give you a burger with three different meats cooked three different ways. I don't know.
Don't get me wrong.
We're gonna make this happen. There's our summer challenge, Jason.
By the way, I totally would eat the burger you guys make with all the different meats. I totally would eat that. I'm not saying I'm not going to say no to a burger. I'm just saying that if I had to pick, if I had to get rid of one out of all those that you gave me, like. I'd much rather get rid of the burger and still be able to eat the chicken, the cheesesteak and all that other stuff.
I really thought like when I put the Italian grinder on there, I thought that was like the layup. But I mean, like there's so many delicious meats that go into a real grinder, like the capicolas, the salamis, like and.
So I went to this place in Chicago. I got lucky, and I had a friend of mine who worked in an airline. He let me go to Chicago for one day, and we literally ate. Our goal was to eat around the city, just eat sandwiches.
Oh yeah, that's how I travel.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I that's the deal I make with my wife. Like we basically only hit small places, and it's always a sandwich shop. But I went to this one Italian place in Chicago, which I'm still friends with the owner, even though we basically just. It's kind of like if I like, let's say I sat and I was talking to you guys about sandwiches, and I was telling him, I'm like, dude, this Italian is like the best Italian sandwich I've ever had. And the one reason he says was like the main reasons why he said it, which I then like, of course, I was like, man, I really love there is a science to sandwich making. He slices the meat fresh so that there's no like the zinkiness, all fresh. But my favorite is he shreds the lettuce. Then he tosses the oil and vinegar on the lettuce so that the oil and the vinegar holds on to the sandwich. So when you're eating, it doesn't just run off. It's actually hold on. So every bite has oil and vinegar. And then, of course, like that really good Italian bread. Dude, so freaking good.
All right. I want to get into that one. But, like, while we're on the topic, if you had to pick one sandwich commercial, like, I'm going to hurt your heart for a little bit. The one commercial sandwich shop that you have to go to, you got a Subway, a Jersey Mike's, and a Jimmy John's.
All of them
are not as good as your neighborhood shop.
The look on your face
is
just like, I mean, do I have to?
But yeah, you have to pick.
The reason I say that is because there's a video my wife took of me on my birthday. On my birthday, she surprised me and made me do a blindfold challenge, which wasn't really a blindfold, but she bought. It was a blindfold, but it wasn't a challenge for me because you can taste it. And she got me like, she did all four of those places and then did like Wawa, and then she also did Publix, which I know you guys don't have. I don't think you guys have a Publix, right?
No, they're coming here. No, they're coming here. They're not in our maybe not our immediate vicinity.
Okay, so I will tell you this right off the bat. I think Subway tastes like depression. So,
did you say Subway tastes like depression?
Yes, it sounds like the person's depressed when they made it, and I don't like it. So I know for a fact I'm never going to get a Subway deal, and I'm perfectly fine with that.
What kind of subs were you side by siding?
She did everybody the same, so I think she did all of them the same. So I think it was usually like I'll do like a ham and roast beef. So she just went like everybody the same.
Gotcha.
I'll probably if I had to pick one, I would pick Jersey Mike's for the fact that one, they slice all the meat, the bread is fresh. I like that. Once in a while, I do like the crustiness of the Jimmy John's.
Yeah, Jimmy John's.
The crustiness of the bread with the sauces. I really do like that. It's a great bread. But if I had to pick one of the three, I'm going to Jersey Mike's.
When we did a cheesesteak challenge with like all the local, like we went on Yelp, we picked the best ones on Yelp, and we went around and like we came in second, but we did like
a blind taste challenge.
We did a blind.
We
taste
made our
challenge.
own against everybody else.
But we did make our own bread.
We did,
and the one we lost to in our area was Philly Cold Cuts, which was like the very first cheesesteak I ever had. Actually, it was the very first restaurant I ever ate when I moved here. And when we came in second to them, I was 16 when the first time I ate there, and like I couldn't be mad at them for beating us like when I'm like 38, so it was for me like a little bit of a like I know that, and like I know like if you know anything about cheese rolls are like the thing. So we pulled a recipe off the internet and we made our own bread. Like the only way to beat the best is to be the best.
And the only way, and you're right, the only way to do it, because like I totally love the fact that you guys make your own bread, like for your muffalata, like making your own bread. Like I think that's amazing. Like, that's like next level where I'm not there yet, where I'm like I'm gonna make my own bread type of thing. But like that's totally next level when you go to do that. And at the same time, as much as I'm like not a fan, like I would literally make a shirt that says "Friends don't let friends eat at Subway." But I at the same time, I can't hate them because they did make Subway. I know Subway's not a sponsor yet. I know that what's it called, Subway.
I hope not, because we're talking mad shit about Subway.
But it's me who's talking about it.
I really hope that whatever commercial gets put on our shit is a Subway commercial. I just want to say
because we don't get to pick those. We just we like food, and then they just plug.
I really hope.
I hope it's a Subway commercial.
But I will say, like, if it wasn't for them, they're the first ones that revolutionized the whole idea of making sandwiches and all that stuff. Like, I used to eat at Subway. I didn't think anything else of it, but then I just became. And it's not that I became snobbish. It's just that I started then realizing, like, hey, there's better places to eat than a freaking Subway. There's other local places that are mom and pop. Or, heck, even my Wawa or my Publix make the better stuff. So why would I go there?
Dooley, shots fired. God damn it.
He's on the wrong page.
I
do like me some Subway from time to time because it's convenient. And I think they make a decent tuna where I can just throw a bunch of crap on top of it and make it a meal. I mean, like, let's. So we're gonna
change of sandwich subject.
Change of sandwich subject, sir. The PB&J math. I think that you are onto something, and I've been doing it the way you've been doing it for a long time. And the world needs to know about putting the peanut butter on both slices. Now.
Correct.
My question to you, sir, like, do you find it harder to smear the jelly on the actual peanut butter?
So a lot of times what I'll do with the jelly is I'll mix the jelly so you kind of create like a little heat to it so that it gets a little bit runnier. So that way it spreads a lot easier and a little bit easier on the sandwich.
And the question on all of the Team Fat Kid Nation's mind, sir, about this jelly, are you a grape or are you a strawberry man?
I like strawberry. I'm a strawberry guy.
Right, like so. Here we have. I'm just gonna call them out. Like Harris Theater, we've been running through grocery stores. They make. There's one that we can buy. It's like seedless seedless strawberry jam.
I like preserved. I'm all down. I'm down for the preserve, like the jam preserved. I'd much rather have that than the jelly. I just think it has like a little more. I don't know. It just tastes better to me when I eat it. Like I definitely because I also like it because even if I don't make a PB&J, I'll figure out ways to eat that jelly on something else, like on a sandwich or something
biscuits, something for breakfast, like
Triscuits and
you make
cheese.
Like a turkey. You make a turkey sandwich. Make a turkey sandwich, add a little bit of strawberry jelly on top.
Oh, and like you bring in Thanksgiving, like kind of almost Thanksgiving in the middle of the year.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know why we don't cook turkeys more often than just Thanksgiving.
Well, I'm very lucky because there's a restaurant here in Orlando called Pom Pom, and her most popular sandwich is called Mama Ling Ling's Thanksgiving Feast, and that's exactly what it is. She basically has cranberry, has mashed potatoes, turkey, and it comes with a side of warm gravy so you can dip it in, and it's like, big.
Yeah,
oh, it's good. She's one of those. I call her the queen of sandwiches in Orlando because she picked this bread that's like a very good bread that basically allows for it to be pressed, so it has a good hold consistency. And what I also like about it is that when you take it, when she goes and you bring it home, it'll actually hold up, so that you can actually eat it the next day and not have a problem with it. It's freaking phenomenal. Like anyone who comes,
next time
I basically will go.
Next time
if you come to town,
if we come down, like my sister just moved Fort Worth.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
Fort Lauderdale?
No. No. Damn. Like she's over by Tampa Bay.
Okay.
So like we come down to visit. We'll make a trip over to you. We're gonna go eat this damn turkey sandwich.
Come visit me.
Next time you go and get the damn turkey dinner sandwich, you need to send us a photo.
I'll send you a photo. As soon as we hang up. As soon as we're done.
I want to see you. I want to see you dipping it and like just put it in your damn face, like because
it's phenomenal.
All right, so you know that we've been doing the iconic run of 50 states, 50 iconic sandwiches. Is there a sandwich from one state that you think that we should take a special look at?
It's funny because I was going to take a look and see because I'm very curious because I get a lot of people that ask me questions about certain states or cities and their sandwiches because obviously they like the whole sports theory. And so they're like, well, when are you going to do like a Denver one or when are you going to do, and that starts getting harder. So like, I can't remember and I apologize because I was going to go through to look to see like, what did you guys, out of curiosity, like what did you guys pick for, well, I'm assuming you're doing a Cuban because I don't think I've seen
Florida.
The Cuban was like one of ours out of the gate. Like,
okay,
like we're very familiar. Like I lived in Fort Lauderdale for a long time growing up, and like I knew the Cuban. Like that's something that we like. For us, that's a home run. Like we make a delicious one, you know, and like it's like when we start going into these like states where. I've never been to like Wyoming, you know, and like what the hell do they even eat there, you know, and like wasn't that trout?
I think Wyoming was trout,
and so like a lot of it like how we pick and choose how we select the state that we're gonna do is like what lands on our lap. And like
availability,
like
Alaska.
I got some fresh trout. Guess what? We're doing the trout sandwich. It's like
Alaska's what reindeer sausage and
that's
yak
something.
burger.
Yeah, that's something we're gonna have to.
But that's actually I'll have to take a look because I was in Alaska and there was another sandwich, but it was a fish sandwich that I had while in Alaska, and it was like a zagat, you know, whatever.
Yeah, that's what we're using. We're using the zagat list. For our
I'll take a look because there is one that's not reindeer based. That was not for Alaska because I ate at a place in Alaska and it was amazing. But like the hard part, you go places like you guys did the pimento cheese for Georgia, right? That's what you guys did. Is that correct?
But we also took a picture of a Chick-fil-A sandwich because let's be honest.
For me, a chicken biscuit or a chicken sandwich like that to me is like. When I think of Georgia, because they're the originator of where Chick-fil-A started, and they didn't invent Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches or whatever. But like I always think chicken biscuit because that to me is one of my favorite breakfast foods.
I'm pretty sure in that photo we had like a Coca-Cola next to it because like we know like Coke's based out of there, and like that's like when we did like the peanuts in the Coke because like that's a thing down there. Like you put peanuts in a Coke.
Yeah.
We
What did you guys do for Virginia?
Was it
Coke we haven't done Virginia yet because it's up for like there's Virginia stuff.
Was it Coke or Pepsi?
It was Coke, man. It had to be in a glass bottle.
Yeah, it's Coke. It's Coke because Coke is made there in Atlanta.
So
like
with Virginia, there's not like a real iconic sandwich. So we've been playing around with it, and there was like it's always country hams, you know, Smithfield's here and all that, and like so we have to do like it's a ham biscuit.
A biscuit, you should like that.
But like in our minds, I'm like, well, if like this is where we are, and like they have the dumbest sandwich outside of the Fluffernutter, we're just gonna have to make this huge biscuit and like make it astronomical. You know what I mean? Like to drive it home. Like this is where we are, and this is it's a ham biscuit. It's okay. So what? Read, sir. Is your handwriting?
All right, sir. If you were a sandwich, what would you be?
Wow.
I guess I would be a Cuban sandwich since I'm Cuban. We'll go with that.
All right.
That would be the easy answer.
Simple enough.
All right, so...
and if you ever, just so you know, in case you ever eat a Cuban sandwich, I sometimes will add things to it. If next time you eat a Cuban sandwich and you're at a Cuban restaurant, if it's like a legit Cuban restaurant, they'll have croquetas.
Say it again. Say
that one more time.
Croquetas.
Croquetas.
Slower for the white people at home.
Croquetas.
Croquetas.
Yeah. And they usually come in like ham or chicken. What I usually will do is I will usually buy 2 ham ones, and I ask them to put them in the sandwich before they press it. So when you press it, you have that along with it. And what it is, it's like basically like it's like I would say it's like because it's deep fried, so it almost looks like a mozzarella stick, but it's actually ground up like ham and all that stuff in it. It is awesome.
Wow.
And I usually will make that, and I call that the ultimate cubano. Is what I call it.
Oh shit! Like All right, so like, on our quest,
I like how both of us were
yeah,
just like,
like,
I don't even
right
know
now,
what to do
like,
now.
yeah,
Like, I'm like,
he was just talking, and
we
I
need
was like,
we need to go out.
yeah, I was like, damn,
it's-
man, I'm like, ooh, he's talking about sandwich math that we know nothing about. He's a
Forget
sandwich
that.
algebra. But like, as we're doing the iconic sandwiches, you know that we are going to make the ultimate team fat kid sandwich at the end.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for us, like, to create the ultimate sandwich?
The hardest part with that, when it comes to it, is I've researched some stuff to see like how many toppings can you put on a sandwich, because what happens is, like we talked about it before, structural integrity. The last thing you want to do is pick up your sandwich and you start eating it. Everything starts plopping down, and next thing you know, it's like basically it looks like you have a salad on the plate. You don't want that. So like,
You mean like a 14 burger patty or something? You know, like something like that.
Yeah, something to that effect. Or if you have so many things and you start eating, and all of a sudden everything just starts plopping down, and then next thing you know, you're like, where the heck? Because everything starts sliding. That's definitely the hardest part. So I mean, I definitely think that, obviously you want to have some veggies. You're going to want to have some form of veggies, but I don't know. I'm like, it depends on how many layers of meat and what you're trying to do. If you're going to do it on more of the traditional roll.
Like our whole theory is like, let's see what, well, we're using 51 because there's 52 weeks in the year, so we're putting Puerto Rico in there, and like we're going around and like we're seeing the flavors. It's not like we're gonna put 51 toppings on the sandwich. It's like, it's more about like the balance and like the things that we like, oh, that's something brand new that we've never done
So
before.
you want to actually you want to add those components of all those to make like almost like an American sandwich where it's like everything
No. We're not gonna put 51 toppings on it.
The most American
we're-
sandwich ever.
If
We're-
this was
we're
a
looking-
pizza, this might be a different story.
What we're looking at is like we're trying to create what we think the iconic American sandwich would be, utilizing the flavors from all 50
50
51.
states.
Yeah.
Not
And
necessarily.
I mean,
not necessarily.
like, I'm
all
not
the
saying we're gonna
ingredients.
throw trout.
Yeah, I got
We're
you.
not gonna throw
all
trout
the
on
favorite
there.
components of each.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
because I can guarantee you there's gonna be some pickles.
You don't want that trout ground beef sandwich?
No, hell no, I don't want that trout ground beef sandwich. But there's gonna be some pickled.
No,
There's gonna be some pickled vegetables in there. Like we need to, cut like the vinegar and all that stuff.
little crunch
Yeah.
in the vinegary of it.
Ketchup.
Get out of here. You go home right
Would
now.
it be
sir.
cold or hot? Would it be?
We don't know yet.
Yeah, we haven't gotten there yet, sir. We're only halfway through the year.
Let me ask you this: what do you guys prefer usually on a sandwich? Because I mean, obviously, do you usually tend to go more cold or more hot?
I
know it depends on the mood and the meal.
What time of day is it? Because if it's 2 o'clock in the morning,
that's
then
me.
cold is going to be
That's
great.
me.
See,
Yeah,
but-
that's me as well. Like,
If
I'm
like 3 in the afternoon, I might go hot.
If I could, like, I'm more of a room temperature guy. Like when like your Italian meats start to sweat and your cheeses start to come to like real flavor. Damn, we got a phone call. That never happens. But I think more aligned on the room temperature line is like where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it hot. I don't want it cold. I want the things that are in that sandwich to do what they're supposed to be doing.
yeah.
All right, so to wrap this bad boy up, Biggie, this is your time to shine. Give everybody everywhere they can find you. Talk about your website. Like, let's talk about the vlog.
DeliFreshThreads.com.
But wait. I lied.
what-
I lied. There's one thing I want to...
I was wondering if you were going to skip it.
Is there anything... I created my own little piece. It's inside the sandwich. Do you have any designs coming up that no one knows about yet that you're willing to talk about? Do you have any what is your next doodle?
So I am working on some stuff. I got two things that are possible collaborations, which I've never done before. So that's kind of fun. I will say one of them is, I'll just say it's chicken parm. Is an idea. And then I actually got 2 ideas over the weekend. I had some friends that actually started sending me stuff because everyone always sends me things. They're like, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And I kind of want to do something like I'll say I'm kind of working on something being like if I created my own, because sometimes what happens is I create my own thing. Like if there was like I did a Pittsburgh shirt, and my Pittsburgh shirt was if I were to open a sandwich shop in Pittsburgh, what would I call it? So like I created stuff like that, or like Bigfoot subs. So it's like all themes based on that. So I have one or two things. One's on a very popular show that there's a line in it that I never even knew, and it's like one of the most popular shows on Netflix that's streamed on Netflix. That there was a line by one of the characters that I kind of like maybe that's in my head now, so I'm kind of doodling that. And then right now there's a lot of I kind of went with like the more let's just say it's not the football that we usually think of, but I thought like it'd be kind of cool to do like what if there was a sandwich team. So I'm kind of working on something like that. So I got a few ideas on there of like when it comes to that. Like I'm always a big sports guy, so I'm always thinking, how can I incorporate sports? And what if I like almost like a minor league team would? You know how like minor league teams always have fun names?
Yeah.
Like something like that. So I got like a few ideas. I got a Memphis idea like that that could kind of work. So there's a few things happening right now, which is fun.
I love how if you mixed being PC with an NDA, that was your description of everything right there.
Love
it was
like
you disclosed enough to yes, I described what it was, but I didn't tell you anything at all.
Yeah, so that's
I also don't know what's going to happen because I have people that ask me sometimes. I did one podcast and they asked me they're like, hey, when are you going to make a bread pool, a Biggie Bread, like a bread pool T-shirt? And I'm like, well, it's a sticker now. They're like, well, when's the shirt coming out? And I was like, well, I don't know yet. I'm like, that's why I make so many different versions of my little guy as different characters, just to see how they sell and how people like them.
Okay, first off, I love how you cleaned that all up, and like what Alex was saying was like PC about everything, and like, oh, I'll give you a little bit, and that's Biggie's first inside the sandwich. But going back to bread pool, I think it should be bread pudding.
Yep.
Because if
you know when he gets his ass kicked,
does that count as a sandwich though?
Hey, no.
I love bread pudding.
I mean, well, if we made bread pudding and then sliced it and then cooked it like French toast and made a breakfast sandwich, now it's a sandwich. All right, Biggie.
We might have to get back to you on that one.
One thing I'm going to add is Biggie. I'm going to be buying probably that spreader. And
that spreader is going to be on Team Vacuum videos for years.
The Biggie Bread figurine, all your the pins.
Yeah. I think I'm a Big Deal is probably still my favorite.
And the
That's my
DFT
favorite.
trucker, and also
he's literally like just scrolling through your website.
He's been on your website for like 10 minutes. I've been trying to get him to switch back to the podcast.
And
so
also
do like,
the Hunger Strikes Back.
Applause and shit, but
okay, Biggie.
I'm glad you like that stuff, man. I really appreciate it, guys.
I've been a fan for damn shit, man. We've been friends on Twitter for like 2 years now.
Yep.
I've been following and shit. I still want to call it houndstooth. What is it called? At the bread checkerboard shit. Like I need that shirt.
Argyle.
Oh, the
Argyle. Like I love that one, man. That's the first one I saw, and I fell in love with it, and I fell in love with the brand then. So now's your time to let everyone know everything about Deli Fresh Threads. Go.
So if you love sandwiches, want a unique experience, or just want to treat yourself or treat someone that you love and don't know what to get them, I definitely recommend that you check out delifreshthreads.com. I have a little bit of everything, especially if you want something that's unique packaging-wise as a shirt or hat or anything like that. Pretty much everything comes themed. Life is all about the details. My hats all have like a freaking picnic underneath the bottom brim of it. It's all about little details, and I want to make it as special as possible for you. So definitely check it out that way. Even if you decide not to buy anything from me, definitely check me out online. Visit me on all forms of social media. I'm even on TikTok if you want to see my puppet, or if you're even bored and you want to see Disney princesses and find out what their favorite sandwiches, go visit my TikTok, because I asked a whole bunch of Disney princesses what their favorite sandwiches. And I'm on Instagram. I'm either doing sandwich porn when it comes to different sandwiches, or I'm just giving you jokes or just giving you anything I can give you when it comes to it, as well as also showing off some of my stuff. Basically, just follow me. And at the same time, I know you guys talked about behind the sandwich. I basically got tired of seeing different brands never explaining why they do certain things. So I thought it'd be a fun way to be able to capture it. So I've been doing a weekly video where every week I tell people the sandwich, the shirt, and why I did the shirt, who designed it, and just give a little bit of facts and information about it. Just because I just think people need to know that. I guess I get a lot of pride when people expect to see my brand and think that there's a lot of people in it, and it's just me. It's me, myself, myself, and Biggie Bread is what I say. I mean, I have a lot of supporting cast, but at the end of the day, it's me doing everything from wrapping to packing to coming up with the ideas. The only thing I don't do is design it, but I doodle it, and I work with a bunch of amazing designers to make these visions happen. So hopefully you like it. And if not, at me and tell me about hot dogs because everyone else freaking does. And I'll make sure to send you to the right person to talk to for proof that I'm right.
Can you have Biggie Bread tell us the ice cream popsicle joke on your way out?
Oh. you like that one, huh?
Come on, man. Come on.
That one was a good one. I don't even know why I need to have the puppet in my hand.
Well, because
we are going to enjoy that.
Yeah, you guys will enjoy
and
it.
You guys can watch the actual joke on YouTube and like on your Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, I put it on my Instagram. I actually created like a little Instagram highlight where I do either a sandwich fact or I do a sandwich joke, and it's usually him telling the joke.
Yes.
So, why did the ice cream sandwich dislike? Actually, where does it go? It goes, why did the ice cream sandwich hate the popsicle?
Why?
Because it had a stick up its butt. He goes, sandwiches rule. Popsicles drool.
So yes, guys, please go over to Deli Fresh Threads, check everything out. You from your website, you have all the links to everything. I do have everything on there. And actually, by the time you guys listen to the podcast, you probably will see that I actually, one of the things that I started, and I stopped doing it, but I'm bringing it back, and you guys are actually my first one. I did this thing with celebrities or people that I love and I care about. It's called What's Your Favorite Sandwich? And it's my way because there's only so much you can talk about sandwiches. So I thought it'd be a better way to be able to, one, talk about, ask people, different celebrities that I've asked, and then ask them, but at the same time also then be able to pub and talk about them or their projects or what they're doing. So you guys are actually my first one for this year because I haven't done one in a while. And so I'm bringing you guys back, and you guys are my first one. And then next week I have, I don't know if you guys watch the Goldbergs. Yes.
But, so Beverly Goldberg, the original Beverly Goldberg, I have her favorite sandwich on thing on there.
He's basically putting us up with Beverly Goldberg. That is huge for us.
Well, I got some great ones from everyone from Giada. I got a bunch of people.
Trust me, man. We ran your list earlier today. Come on. You don't think we do? We just know nothing about you. Come on. We were on that website for 2 days.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate it. By all means, any recommendations or thoughts or ideas, by all means, always send them my way if you guys come up with anything. I know I get a lot of people that tell me they want a Bill's beef on Weck, but I don't know if anyone's going to buy it. So that's the reason. That's one of the hard parts.
Well, maybe we can rap about it, figure out something that would work out. Beef on Weck it's a sandwich.
Yeah.
But it's all about the bread.
Did you do California yet, by the way?
I don't think so. I don't think we hit Cali yet.
What are you guys doing for Cali?
It's probably some avocado toast that we're going to throw on the floor.
Funny that you said it that. Out of all the things you say, that's what you got to do. The French dip.
Oh, that is on the list. It might be.
I look.
Yeah, you're right. And I think
French dip started in LA.
Yeah, and I think it is on the list. But right now we've been trying to find a top round, and it's getting kind of hard to get around here. But when we do the French dip, we're going to do the double dip because that's the only way to do it, fat kid style.
Oh yeah,
double dip. All right, Biggie, man, we appreciate you coming on the podcast. We love what you're doing. We love everything. Is there anything?
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to throw out there before we end this bad boy out?
No, you guys are great, man. I absolutely love the fact of what you guys are doing. I love the fact of how it started. Everything from just you guys just doing something and just doing something that you love. And I really think that that's really the key to everything is like find what you're passionate about and then make it your own. And even if no one else is doing what you're doing, who cares? Just do it. The more niche, I figured out one thing, the more niche you become or the more focused you become, the more people realize and appreciate more than when you become like what everyone else. When you become the Subways of the world, no one cares. But when you become, Team Fat Kid and you kind of, you're dealing with that food and you're showing that love, people notice those things. And then that's how you succeed,
Hey, we found our niche in California because nobody eats bacon out there. All right, man. We love you. Thank you so much for coming on the show and hanging out with us.
Very welcome, and thank you guys so much.
We'll do it again soon, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a great one.
All right,
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later on.
Thank you, bud.
Later, guys. Bye.
Hey, guys. You just muted everybody.
What the?
3, 2, 1.
Good job muting everybody on the way back in instead of unmuting us.
All right, so
whatever.
we just got off the phone with Deli
Biggie.
Fresh Threads, Biggie. Go check him out. Like,
DeliFreshThreads.com.
yeah, his blog with all his jokes and everything. Like he does a really good job over there, and like he does tell you about how all the shirts are made and like the designer, and he gives you the whole background. Like, it's cool stuff happening over there. But now it's we haven't done this in a while. It's been a while. It is time for the hops roulette. We have no idea. So the neighbor bought us a 5-pack.
Wow. He bought a 6-pack.
Yeah.
He bought a 6-pack. He ate one. He drank one.
We don't know what that one was.
All right.
So we don't know what we're missing. It's all good.
So how do you end a great podcast? With some hops roulette. Because we haven't done this.
Yo.
Smells hot. It smells pumpkin-y.
How are you?
A lot of head on this one.
Oh. That is.
That is.
Oh yeah. Wait.
He doesn't want any.
Okay.
It's clean.
Got you. Don't worry. Ahead of you.
All right. So style. It's been a while since we've done this. I'm gonna go. It's an ale.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm not even ready.
Yeah. Like
I forgot. I'm the scorekeeper here.
Well, you know.
Damn it, Alex. Get shit together.
Well, you're the commissioner.
Julie, you're fucking next. Get ready.
You're the commissioner of Hops Roulette, and you're not ready. All right, so
Go
I
ahead.
think it's an ale.
Ale.
5.5. And I'm gonna say that the IBUs on that are like 32. I give it a 4. It's a beer I could drink.
Julie.
Pumpkin wheat ale.
Pumpkin
Wheat.
in summer. Okay, man.
That's what I'm tasting. 6.2. IBU's like 25, 30. I'll go 30. And I'll give it a 3.
Dennis.
Pumpkin.
No, not pumpkin. But
I'm not getting any of
I'm
the.
smelling and tasting pumpkin.
I'm not getting any of the warm spices from a pumpkin. Like when you say pumpkin, like I'm expecting like the nutmegs, the allspice. Like I'm expecting
The
those
cloves.
warm.
I'm just tasting pumpkin.
None of that is here, dude.
it's like trying to figure out like
Take your time.
yeah.
Everyone loves Dead Space on the podcast.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Shit, I go with a Bach.
Good choice. I don't think it has the complexity of a Bach, but go ahead.
Yeah. 5.8. 41. I'll give it a 3.5. It's good. It's just I'm like not in it right now.
You said 41?
You're having a rough
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. There. Yeah.
All right, so I'm kind of with Dulio, though I'm not going quite so pumpkin. I'm gonna go with a spiced ale. I am with Dennis right along there, along the 5.8. I'm gonna go 43 IBUs, and I gave it a 3. This is 3 Notched Brewing Second Edition Amber Ale. Jumping around it, nobody could really nail it down there. It's brewed with Liberty hops. It is 5.4%. Jason, closest, although you did go over 5.5. All of us, whenever you still came in the closest there. And 30 IBUs. Again, wait, I forgot. Dooley changed his answer because he can never decide on anything, so I had to write over my own writing. Dooley nailed IBUs, that son of a bitch.
No,
Does get a point.
I said 30, didn't I?
Well, you said 25, 26, 30, you know.
3 notch, yeah, type it in. 3 notch. I think I still get one for the ale.
I mean, we all kind of said an ale, but ale is a wide variety.
Okay. I'll take. So you're gonna give Dooley a point.
He nailed it. 30. Okay. I mean, he nailed the IBUs. That's a point.
I should have went red.
All right, we're gonna do one more.
Next round.
One more. All right. Shit.
Yeah, you just gave Dooley a point, and there's like no redemption.
Well, yeah.
Hold your fucking horses, dude. Like, I can't look too far because he's.
How do you think I feel? I'm waiting to pour this shit all over my sock.
Oh, yeah.
Dooley's a seltzer. Dooley is so intent right now. He like closes his eyes and like whisper to it. Hello, how are you?
Y'all whisper to your beer.
I speak to it. Go ahead, Dooley. You're in the lead. You gotta go first. Here comes the fucking cops. I hope you're fucking happy.
For killing time.
What the?
Everyone loves quiet time, Dooley. What is it? What do you got?
Excuse me for fucking trying to taste the beer.
Do you turn Irish when you get confused, sir?
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Excuse me for taking my time. I'm just deducting what the beer is.
That is different.
It is different, but Dooley, you're in the
Dooley,
lead. Hurry the fuck up.
I will take all the time.
I will disqualify you.
Is it because you need somebody else to go first? To tell
Yes.
You what you think?
It's exactly what it is.
That's why you make him go first. Style.
Style I'm going to go with
Yeah.
pale ale. Not an IPA, a pale ale.
Got it.
Well, that's what a pale ale is. Good job. Continue.
No, that's
It's
I'm
allowed.
I'm gonna-
I will allow the pale ale.
I'm gonna take your first point away. You don't hurry the fuck up.
5.2% and 20 IBU.
Rating?
3.
Thank God. All right. Jason?
I think it's a Pils. That's
Really?
a Pilsner,
Interesting.
not an IPA.
I'm going to throw
or,
something at
or,
all y'all.
or a pale ale.
I'm
So
surprised you haven't yet.
I think it's a Pils. I'm going to say it's a 4.8. Yeah, 6. 4.6.
Don't start being Dooley.
Hold on. The neighbor's calling me. We're not ready yet. And then, where's that?
4.6 IBUs.
28.
28 heard.
And I give it a 3.5. We're allowed half points now.
Yep. We've allowed half points since the beginning. I think. I hope. Dennis?
Tastes almost like what we had last week. A lime lager, or what it was, from New Belgium.
Interesting.
Say, like, was it 5.9%? And 28 IBUs. And I'll give it a 4.
I don't have a fucking clue. It is light. I don't know if I can go pills.
Answers, Alex.
I'm also,
Answers.
I'm also going to go Hey, I'm answering. I'm already writing my answer down. If you weren't so fucking rude, I'm going with a light lager. I'm gonna go with a 5.6. I'm gonna give that 18 IBUs. I'm gonna give that a 3.5.
Survey says.
Oh, really? It's Stone?
It's Stone. Buena Vista Salt and Lime Lager. Good job calling that one, Dennis.
Oh, is it Stone?
Yeah.
It's Stone.
Then Deli didn't get it.
Well, I mean, Dennis. I'm basically giving this one to Dennis, and I really hope he gets some sort of other point so we can just void Dooley's first point. This is the Salt and Lime Lager, so Dennis is getting a point for the Salt and Lime Lager, but it comes in at 4.7%. Jason takes that one, coming in at 4.6. You are under and the closest. I give you a point for that one, sir. Okay. And the IBUs, I do not see them up here, Dooley. Stone should be on your quick search list.
While he's searching, I had no idea. I had no idea that Fear of Moving Lions was Fuck My Life until like
FML.
Yeah, the other day. Like how many times as that one popped up and
bum bum bum. IBU is not listed. No. Nope. 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 Going with a no.
Hold on.
I don't like holding on. I'm impatient. As is, I assume, everyone listening.
right.
No IBU.
0.
Well, it's just not listed. All right, well, that means it's a 3-way tie and I lost. How about that?
That's normal.
Thank you.
As the commissioner, you lose often.
I kind of do, don't I? Which is weird. I go last. I guess wrong. It's a horrible thing. All right, so I think we're going to wrap this up yet? Dooley? You want to, maybe? Okay. Thank you for that.
Dooley was a little upset.
Obsessive loudness. As always, guys, thank you for listening to Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat. You can find us on Facebook at
Team Fat Kid.
You can find us on Instagram at
Team Fat Kid Nation.
You can find us on Twitter
at Team Fat Kid 1.
On YouTube,
Team Fat Kid.
And as always, you can find us on www.teamfatkidnation.com for your knife and apparel needs.
Stay creative.
Be hungry.
And don't forget to sharpen your knives.
Boom,
Praise
we did
the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Swag of the millie, head to the roof. Me exhausted, you tripping. Purebred, 100 proof. Mr. Kane to the brain, had a jack, no joke. Good thing Mary Jane came to play. Stress free, only way, life best be. But you wildin' now, get me aggravated. I'm known to fuck shit up. I've been hustling.